It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Tyrone Lowe.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Tyrone Lowe, T-Lo Video Productions, and this is the show called The Legends, where legends are born. Today, I have somebody that's actually I've known for a while, distantly, but together, and I give you the Don, DJ TP Corleone. Welcome to The Legends, TP.
What's up, Tyrone? Thanks for inviting me, man. I know we're going to have a good time like we
most
always
definitely.
do, you know. I know
now,
we
this
will.
guy right here is unique from every DJ that I've known, you know, because we play for the same radio station, LWR.
London World Radio. Okay.
Right. So he's a disco guy, man. And when you listen to him on Saturdays, every Saturday, he is really, really going in. Now, TP, let's talk about the beginning, you know, when you first started. What was your first influence? Then, you know, how did you actually get into the DJ thing?
Well, actually, I've been a closet DJ for a good 15, 20 years before I actually became a DJ. I used to be one of those guys as a teenager. I would make my boombox pause button mixes. If you ever know anything about that, you know,
yes,
I would
do.
take some of my best favorite cuts, make my own edits, and just for me and my homies to play, you know. And I also was a very avid record collector. But around the year 2000, I'm like, you know what? I love going to these parties. I love the DJs, and I'm tired of slipping the DJ $10 just to get them to play my track. So I'm just going to buy me some things, you know what I mean, and get to learning myself. So I first started spinning actually on CDs, you know. So I learned doing vinyl. I never really rocked the party on vinyl. So when I first started spinning in 2000, I started spinning off of CDs. Mm-hmm.
You know, I can identify with the cassette thing, you know.
Yeah,
the playing pause thing, you know.
Right.
I used to do that too.
Okay.
You know, that was part of my introduction to my collection. But if I didn't have it on vinyl or the little 45s back in the days, you know, then I had it on cassette.
Right.
So let's talk about how you really got really interested and how you upgraded yourself to being a DJ right now. You know.
Well, actually, again, it was a desire to play my own tracks, and the cool thing about it was when I would play my own tracks at parties and so forth, I would never get on the mic and say, "Hey y'all, check out my new joint. This is TP's new joint." No, I just play it, you know. Right. And that gave me a good response as far as if I'm working with something hot or not. So that desire to play my own music as well as my desire to rock my own parties. Because when you are a DJ or a promoter, you are trying to show a part of your personality to the world.
Exactly.
So that whole desire of doing all those things together inspired me to DJ. I befriended this guy named DJ Stoney. He was a co-worker of mine at one of my jobs because he was a good DJ. He said, "Man, why don't you show me how to mix woo woo woo?" And he was already on the scene promoting everything. So my very first parties as a DJ, I got paid. You know, I was making decent money too.
Okay.
And I was learning on the job because he was like a promoter and DJ as well, and gave me a break. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate that. Rest in peace, DJ Stoney. But anyway, yeah.
All right. So are you Chicago born? Because you're in Chicago right now, you know, and it's very nice because we're actually doing this from my recording studio in New York, and you're in Chicago.
And it looks so nice.
Epic, man.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. Yes, it is. Chi-Town, first city. No, Chi-Town, second city. New York, first city. It's okay. We cousins. Like it or not, we're cousins. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about LWR. I've been there almost going on like 4 years.
Okay.
You know, you were there way before me. And I remember when Renee had told me about LWR and she had told me about you. You had a track out at that time.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, I'm not sure which track you're talking about. I know I had like two tracks out at the time that I first got on LWR. Probably was Where the Freaks Be At.
Where the
I
freaks
think it
be at?
was, yeah, I think that was it,
Exactly.
produced by DJ Renee, or it could have been In Your Panties, one of those two, but
No,
they were
it
both
was
out
where the
about the
freaks
same
at.
time. It
Because
was
I
Freaks, okay.
remember when I first did my first set on there, implemented your track. I did like a little
All
special
right,
remix on that.
all right, okay.
And I was like,
Oh
okay, I have to
yeah,
represent, you know what I mean?
appreciate that. Appreciate
So
that
let's talk
love.
about LWR. How long you been playing for LWR?
I think I was there approximately 6 months before you got there.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. The director reached out to me from listening to my Mixcloud page, so she offered me
Okay.
a slot. I was very flattered, because at the time I was on LWR. I think I was in the limbo space of my DJ career where I wasn't on the air at that moment. I think I
Okay.
had just finished a stint at WHPK, which is in Chicago, and I just
Right.
finished a stint there, so I was like in the limbo phase, and Patsy
Mhm.
shows up like an angel with a blessing. You did, so
Right.
I feel that,
So
yeah.
you do another show besides LWR. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I have a funk show on WGFMradio.com called The Funk Zone, and I spin a lot of my favorite music I grew up on, as well as some of my favorite music now, which is funk, because funk really is the genre that got me into the music and that gave me the desire and
Right.
just love to want to be a part of something musical. It was the funk that started off with me at like the age of 10, believe it or not. Yep. So it's fun. It was fun to say, like, interview cats. I get to just spit my knowledge and just love on all things funky. And I always find a way to incorporate some dance, fast paced funk, which is really disco, which is really the birth of house to me, fast dance floor funk music, you dig? So to me, that's how house originated in my world, you dig?
It's funny that you talk about funk, man, because at an early age, I was into funk heavy, man. The
Yeah.
Parliaments was like, when I first heard Cosmic Slop, I was
Whoa.
like,
Whoa.
wow,
Yeah. So
a
you so
lot
you
of
a
things from back in
funketeer
those
then.
days, man. I grew up on,
Yeah.
Bootsy,
So you a funketeer then,
Oh
Ty.
man! Oh
That's what's
please,
up.
man! But
Yeah,
don't even
man.
talk about it, man. FUNK. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
uh, George Clinton influenced me at an early age, man, due to the fact that I was musically inclined myself.
Okay.
And he had a different type of way of laying down those tracks and a whole
Yeah.
different way of actually doing his production, which was different from all the contemporary stuff that
Yes, it
was out then.
was. Yes, it
You
was,
know what I mean? And he was different, man. Back in those days, man. A lot of people were smoking pot back in those days.
Yeah.
So
Or they
I
called
was
it bow back in those days in the South
yeah,
Sound, if you know anything about that. They
yeah.
bow.
So we
Yeah.
would actually sit down and be in a whole different zone, man, and listen to
Yeah.
some funkadelics, man.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
found out in the village where I can buy most of his albums, and they were
Really?
just different. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? So that
Uh-huh.
played an important part of my years of actually accumulating my music gyres.
That's what's up.
So TP, you know, you got that swag about you, man, that I love, man.
Oh,
It's a funk swag.
that's what they call it. That's what they call it, huh?
You know what I'm saying? You remind me so
Yeah,
much of
yeah.
Bootsy in a sense, because he got that type of swag as well. So let's talk about some current events, man. You just actually did an interview for a magazine. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, hot new magazine from called Go Bang magazine is
Okay.
very nice, and the editor and publisher Pierre Evans, who also is a DJ and a house head here from Chi-Town, and a
Right.
dancer too. So we put the magazine together, and he just offered me a chance to express who I am and let the world know what it is that I do. I appreciate that, and it's really just an honor to have someone interested in is that I do, because I do it for the love. I do it for money too. You got to get paid, but
Oh
if
yeah,
I wasn't getting
definitely.
paid, I'll still be doing it because I was getting paid. I was doing it for free before I started getting paid. Because most of us probably do this out of the love before the money anyway. I know you one of those cats. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's talk about disco. Um, you,
Disco.
because I'm gonna tell you, man, this cat here. If you listen to him on LWR every Saturday, man, he brings disco. And I just love listening to it. Because
Oh, thank you.
I was into the real contemporary house thing, but when you listen to TP, he takes you back.
Okay.
I love Chic. I love Chic now because
do
I had
too,
the
as you
album
can-
for a long
as you
time,
know.
and you started playing different cuts from Chic, and I'm like, okay, this guy's a really, really disco head, And so let's talk about house. I mean, how did you really get incorporated with the house thing, as well, besides the disco and the funk?
Well, I think my answer is going to tie all of those things in together. So the beautiful thing about being born and raised in Chicago is I was able to witness the house scene.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, house is like you cats hip hop, because a lot of things that were going on to the seeds that were being planted to grow house were happening at the same time what was going on in your town, your side of the states. You dig what I'm saying? With hip hop.
Right.
And house really was just good old funky dance music, things that weren't mainstream or weren't played on mainstream radio. You did, just like you were speaking about the funkadelic kind of thing. So
right.
To me, house was just, my love of house was born out of my love of just funky dance music. But fortunately, there were DJs here that were more advanced at it than I were, that were making it happen, you dig? So that's what was so cool, because these cats were spending the parties, playing the major parties, you dig?
Right.
I would party at these parties, you dig? I wasn't one of those cats sneaking out at the age of 14 going to the warehouse. I had to go to the school parties, you dig?
Okay.
But after that, I was just like, wow, these homegrown DJs who are making their own tracks in Chicago, and that movement started becoming known as the house movement. And so just me being there in the midst of it just made me house, whether I like it or not. I'm house, baby.
I hear
I'm
that.
just house, baby.
So listen, we're going to take a short break.
All right.
And we're going to go into a little commercial thing, and we'll be right back.
Cool.
Stay tuned.
Cool. All right, now.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
My assignment, my calling is to inspire, uplift.
You have to make sure your people are partying.
All I want to do is just bring joy to the dance floor and watch people dance.
Tino.
Gonna stop the killer. Gonna stop the hate. Gonna stop the killer. Gonna stop the hate.
1, 2, 3, 4. What the hell we fighting for? 5, 6, 7, 8. Accept the love over the hate. 9, 10, 11, 12. Choose heaven over hell. Choose heaven over hell. Choose heaven over hell.
Love, life, dance, music. Love, life, dance, music.
Let's get it together. 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 Let's get it together.
Everybody talking about peace, but nobody wanna live it, live it, live it, live it. Everybody wants their respect, but nobody wanna give it, give it, give it. Can you dig it?
Let's get it together. 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 Let's get it together.
I don't need to hear about your cash while we in a recession. Keep on tricking with your while I'm counting my blessings. Yeah.
Let's get it together. 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 Let's get it together.
Thank you for the way you show love. Cause my music be funky, funky, funky. When you get high, let the funk be your drug. We can all become junkie, junkies.
Let's get it together. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. What the hell we fighting for? 5, 6, 7, 8. Accept the love over the hate. 9, 10, 11, 12. Choose heaven over hell. Choose heaven over hell. Choose heaven over hell.
Gonna stop the killing. Gonna stop the hate. 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 Love, life, dance, music. Love, life, dance, music. Gonna stop the killing. Gonna stop the hate. 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 Gonna stop the killing. Gonna stop the hate.
Welcome back to the Legends, T-Lo Video Productions. And here we are again. We have Don, DJ TP Corleone.
Yes.
Now, TP, let's talk about where you might want to be at least 5 years from now with this craft. I mean, what would be a platform that you really would want to be on?
Well, one of the end games that I do have is to actually be doing what I'm doing now, but just to a larger audience on my own radio station, promotional company, and to the point that it's so worldwide, like a worldwide movement, that even little kids to be inspired to become part of the house funk scene and want to just, because to me this is, even though this is a business, it is love and like a way of life to me. So I like to just incorporate that into one thing. And 5 years from now, it can be $1 billion business and a way of life and a religion. Yep, I see it. Religion. Yes, I did, baby.
It's funny because when I actually was online, how did you come up with the track In Your Panties?
Oh, that's crazy. You had to ask me that. You had to ask me that. It's not probably how it sounds. There was a video that was out, yes, a YouTube video, which was maybe 20 seconds. Two crackheads were about to fight. One chick pulled up her skirt, her butt was showing in her panties, and the third crackhead, which is like an old snaggletooth man, walked past and looked at her and said, "In your panties? In your damn panties." Simple as that. And I thought, man, if somebody put just that one little part in your panties, it'll be hot. And it had to be me. At first, it was going to be like a ghetto booty, ghetto house track, but for us to add some lyrics to it to make it a song, which is how it turned into. Yeah.
Okay. And where your freaks at? I mean, how did you come up with that concept? And let's talk about that track. Because that's the very first track I heard from you, and
yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, that the version you heard with DJ Renee and myself is really a remix of a song called Where the Freaks Be At with a young lady named Tawana that was recorded on my first album back in 2004. And it was one of my songs on that album called The Triple P Principle. I felt that song didn't really get its full life and achieve its full potential as a great song that should be known. And so when I met DJ Renee, I asked her would she be interested in remixing it, and she said yes, I'll remix it for you, and turned into a whole new track. So I added some new lyrics and so forth, and she added a track, kept Tawana's voice on the hook and everything, and it's what it is today, which is my house track that I've recorded besides Let's Get It Together with Robin Power. Those are two my top selling house tracks that I've released. So
okay. And tell the viewers, what are you working on now? Let's get some current events, if possible.
Okay, so my most Yeah, so my most recent release is another collab with DJ Renee called Shake Them Haters Off, which is an inspirational song to anybody that's feeling hate. You're doing what you're supposed to do. If you're doing what you're supposed to do the right way, somebody gonna hate. So this kind of like an encouraging song. I have an EP I'm working on. Planning on releasing it around late fall, early winter, something like that, And I had some great plans that should have been kicking off right now. At the beginning of this year, I did, but guess what? The Rona happened, you dig? So when the Rona happened, those plans are right in the toilet. So now we all are improvising right now, and you're doing a hell of a job at it yourself with your improvisations. Well, with the legends, you dig?
I can't let the pandemic stop me from my progress, man.
Right.
It's only God's will that you get the gift to actually do what I do, and that's where I'm at. Because without him in my life, man, we wouldn't be talking right now. You know what I'm saying? So there's always saying that if there's a will, there's always a way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So my question to you, TP, is upcoming DJs, artists, producers. What would you actually say to them to actually inspire them with encouragement?
Well, I would say whatever your heart tells you to do, follow it. Don't ignore it, because when your heart talks, it's God talking. Never try to compare yourself to any DJ, because the reason all of the big name DJs who are at the top of the game are at the top of the game and at the top of the pyramid is because they were unique in their own way. You can't be David Guetta, you can't be Frankie Knuckles, you can't be Tony Humphries, you dig? You can only be you. And people are paying you to listen to you. And once you understand that, the world is yours, baby.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
So LWR, you're on tonight.
Yes, 4
and I'm
p.m.
on tonight.
I
come on right after you.
Yeah, we rocking these Saturdays, man. We
well, you know what? We got to keep it rocking, right?
Yes, sir.
I want everybody to listen to TP Corleone on LWR every Saturday, and you come on at 5, right?
Yeah, 5 your time.
5 to 7.
Yep, 5
and
to
I'm from 7 to 9. And their time is from, and then in the UK is from your time is from 10, 10?
Midnight, 10 to midnight.
10 to 12, and I'm 12 a.m. in the morning to 2 a.m. in the morning.
Prime party hours, you dig?
Yeah,
party
exactly. So, any shout outs to anybody that you really want to actually acknowledge or
shout out to you, shout out to all the staff at WGFMradio.com, PJ, Gary, shout out to Chicago Sizzle Radio, which is the new station that I have a house mix show on. Shout out to Brooklyn Beatdown Records, of whom I've been recording the past 3 years. Shout out to my man Deep FX. We have 2 hot tracks out also as well. Shout out to everybody who has been supporting me, supporting the movement, and supporting the love, baby. Peace of love to you.
You got to make it down here to New York, man, so we can hang out.
I got to.
Hey, I'm giving you an extended invitation.
Thank you for the invitation.
TP, I'm flattered to have you on my show. This is like a dream come true, because I've actually been saying I got to get TP on the show.
We've been talking about this for a year.
Well, it has landed.
It
has landed. So this is more like a documentary sort of thing, man, where we can actually enjoy this for the rest of our lives.
Yes, sir.
And talk about certain things that are really important in our lives, and actually the craft of music.
All right.
So I would just like to say to you, man, that God bless you. God bless your craft.
Yes, sir.
And hopefully if I'm in Chicago one day, I'll hit you up.
Yeah, hit me up, please. Let's party and do some things.
Hey, that's where it's at. So what we're going to do, people, is we're going to end this session. And you have anything else you want to say, TP, before we get off the air?
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in a lot of the negative things going on in the news right now. Stay who you are, listen to you, keep partying with us all, and all this crazy stuff will work itself out. That's my inspirational little thing to us all.
All right now.
Yeah.
So what we're going to say to the viewers are, stay tuned for another T-Lo Video Productions. And I want to say bye to my guest, TB Corleone. Thank you all for tuning in. Hey, thank you guys for viewing in.
What it do, party people? Welcome to another episode of the Disco Funk Movement. So throw them funk signs in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Use that funk power to shake all them haters off, you dig? That sucker DJ talking loud, didn't know you can't move the crowd, now shake. Mapping, baby, get the gig, hating on the set you just did, shake. When that chick that you can't stand say she gonna take your man, shake. That's right. When haters try to throw you shade, you just make some lemonade, now shake. Shake! Shake them haters off. 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 That's right. Shake your body like a seizure. Shake off all the non-believers. Shake your body like a seizure. Shake off all them non-believers. Shake. Let them haters see you shine. Shine so bright that they go blind. Shake. Pull on over, pop the trunk. Bump, bump, bump this disco funk. Shake. Only way to touch the sky, you got to keep your head up high. Now shake. Shake, dig. Shake them haters off. Shake them haters off.